I was asked by several of you, quite a few of you, to comment on the untimely death of the United HealthCare CEO, Brian Thompson. And while it's sad that he has a family, he's got a wife and 2 kids, from what I understand, it's very sad for them. On the other side of the spectrum, there's a lot of people saying, well, you know what? I'm kind of surprised, not that a healthcare CEO was gunned down in the streets. What I am surprised about is that it doesn't happen on the regular. And if you look into the healthcare industry, and I am by no means an expert, if you look into the healthcare industry, it seems like it's riddled with people who definitely want higher corporate profits over looking out for the needs of the people. Now, here's the deal with healthcare. If you have a healthcare plan, you're giving your money, it's called a premium, every single month to a healthcare company, whether it's United or Kaiser or whatever. And you're trusting that one day in the future, in your hour of desperation and need, they're going to come through for you and they're going to pay your healthcare bills. One of the top reasons people go bankrupt, at least here in America, is because they can't afford their medical payments. Medical payments just bury people. So on top of rent, paying for housing, food, and transportation, one of the top bills is healthcare. And if you're paying this premium, and at the end of paying the premium, the healthcare company not only doesn't come through for you, but in your time of most desperate need, your child, you find out, has leukemia, and the treatments are going to be crazy, and the pharmaceuticals that you're going to have to bring this child back to normal is going to be astronomical. It's going to be just this huge weight to bear, and people cannot bear that weight, especially given the fact that 52 to 55% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I don't care if you're making $50,000 a year or if you're making $150,000 a year. The stats are crazy. People are just living way beyond their means, number one. I mean, that's an issue for another day. But the problem is, people don't have money to put groceries and food on their table, let alone pay the premiums on healthcare, let alone have to foot the entire medical bill because your healthcare provider decided, you know what, we're going to deny the claim. So if you look at the industry average, the denial of claims is 16%. Kaiser Permanente was around 14%. United Healthcare was 32% of claims denied. That means 32 people who pay premiums, 32 people out of 100 who pay their premiums faithfully every month, hoping that, we're going to get a safety net at the end of this, and, these healthcare bills are going to be paid by my insurance company. 32 people are denied their claims. And when you look at the fact that Brian Thompson was making $10.2 million every single year, plus whatever benefits, plus whatever they're not telling us that he actually made, it really becomes infuriating. And it is kind of shocking that only one healthcare CEO was gunned down in the streets, and that this isn't happening on the regular. The next thing we want to look at is that the healthcare industry, specifically United Healthcare, raked in a profit last year of $281, not million, but $281 billion in profits, with a 32% claims denial rate in an industry that has a 16% claims denial rate. It's crazy. If you think about the number of 281 billion, what we're talking about here is, let's say you had 5.6 million Americans making $50,000 a year. It would take that to cover $281 billion. That's 5.6 or 5.4, 5.2 million Americans making $50,000 a year to cover the profits for you, just for that one healthcare provider. So you have all of this crazy statistics. Just look it up. Just look up what is the industry average claim denial percentage, and who tops the list? United Healthcare. So a lot of people are saying on the internet, they don't need to be tracking this guy down to throw him into a cage. They need to be tracking this guy down to buy him a beer or shake his hand or put him in the hero circle. The problem with that is you've only eliminated, and I'm not advocating for this kind of stuff. I'm just telling you what a lot of people are saying, and you decide what you think it is. A lot of people are calling this, vigilante justice. Well, if it's true justice, what does it matter where the justice came from? But it's just like the Hydra. You cut off one head. This is just a CEO. Brian Thompson is going to be replaced by another CEO who's going to put profits over people. That's just how it happens. That's how this works. They are in the business to make money. They're not in the business to lose money, but the way they're making money seems pretty unfair, pretty unjust, and pretty unethical, if you ask me. So if you cut off one head of the Hydra, two more heads are growing in its place. So you're not actually moving the needle much, although it sounds like it's kind of sending a message, doesn't it? How comfortable do you think other healthcare CEOs are going to be walking on the streets of New York or wherever without some entourage of bodyguards? So you've got all this stuff working, and I don't see how it moves the needle for justice for one guy to do this. Now, another thing that's noteworthy is the NYPD initially issued a $10,000 reward to catch this guy. Now, the FBI is involved. So you've got the New York City Police Department involved in looking for this guy. Now you've got the FBI looking for this guy, and they've upped the reward to $50,000. It seems to me that the FBI and the NYPD are more interested in catching the murder of a healthcare CEO than they are about nabbing human X traffickers. Where is the vitriol? Where is the concerted effort? Where is the teamwork between the NYPD and the FBI trying to find and locate how many missing children a year from American streets? How much abuse of authority and power and perversion goes on in, say, the foster care system, the government foster care system? But now we've got the FBI and the NYPD unleashing all of these resources and all of this manpower to find the murder of a guy who a lot of people equate, and a lot of people have done the statistics on this, that Brian Thompson is responsible because the buck stopped with him as far as claim denial and the writing of the policies that auto responded and auto stopped any kind of claim coming through. A lot of people say that Brian Thompson could statistically rightly be responsible for the deaths of over 10,000 people whose claims were denied for whatever reason, medication, treatments, surgical procedures, whatever. So when you've got the NYPD and the FBI just going full bore to try to find this guy, it really makes you question why they don't try to get all the people who've committed some real heinous crimes on innocent people. So, you tell me what you think in the comment section below. If the industry average of claim denials is 16% and the average claim denial from just United Healthcare was 32%, which is double the regular claim denial, do you really have to wonder why somebody got to the end of the rope? They're at their wits' ends. Maybe this guy, maybe we'll discover, maybe we won't, but we could discover that this guy maybe had a mother who was battling breast cancer and she was denied a claim by United Healthcare, or maybe he had a child who was suffering from childhood leukemia or some other horrible disease where the child needed treatment to survive and the claim was denied, and he lost his loved one, and then he lost his mind and he went out and took justice in his own hands. So, it's kind of not surprising that this happened. What is surprising is that it doesn't happen all the time. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. If you want to support the channel further, grab one of these hard-hitting conversation starting shirts. But leave a comment in the comment section below. It really helps with the algorithm. None of us is greater than all of us. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.